How is everybody doing this morning? Happy Tuesday. Up early is normal. Up early like normal. Like normal, right? Yeah. This is a normal thing for me to do, is get up early and get ready for work. I'm a grown adult out here, you know? I'm just getting up, doing what I gotta do every morning. You know, that thing called adulting. That's what I'm doing, adulting. I had a video that I'm going to release today to let y'all know how my night went at the freaking zoo. I'm going to call it a zoo instead of a shelter. I'm going to call it a zoo. I'm going to call the place a zoo. I'm going to call it a zoo because that's how they act. They act like zoo animals. So I think zoo animals act more civilized than people at the shelter. Zoo animals act more peaceful than those girls. It's a shame. It's a really sad shame that I have to live amongst the other zoo animals. That's what I'm going to call them, the zoo. And I know, somebody's going to come in here and say, why are you talking about them like that? And I can, that's why I can talk about them. I'm sure they talk about me. So why not return the favor? I mean, they may not come and, you know, make videos like me, but, you know, this is a part of what I do. I talk about the shelter because I want to let you guys know, like, hey, if you ever have to go to a shelter or you decide to go this route, these are the type of things that are going to happen. I've never seen nothing like this. Like, it's like prison times 10. The only thing I don't see are, like, I don't see the fighting and all that, but I see the verbal fighting. Because I think they know if they start fighting, you know, they can end up in jail or whatever. But I see everything else. I see all the daily ratchet activities. It's like Bad Girls Club in there. And girls be wanting to be, they be wanting to be bad girls so bad. It's crazy. It's crazy how they think that stuff is normal. Good morning, how you doing, Hazel? Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever gave me the thumbs up, I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't understand how people live their lives thinking that bad behavior is normal. I guess it's normal in their life, but come on. When you're an adult, you should know that there's just certain things I just can't do. You know what I mean? Certain things I can't do. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I see it coming in. Thank you guys for the love and the support. But again, when you come over here, I am going to be talking about my homeless shelter experience. Again, my homeless shelter experience. My experience living in a homeless shelter for about, now it's been almost maybe 3 months. I was in a homeless shelter before this one and I got kicked out. So if you guys want to know any of my stories, why this, why that, why this, well, you have to go watch my videos. If you want to know my story, if you're interested in what's going on over here with this homeless shelter, I want to stand up for homeless people out here. I want to do something. I want to give back. Of course, when I get myself together, I want to be on the grounds and I want to do something to help the community of homeless people. Even if I end up going home, like making sandwiches or something, giving them out, like, I want to do something to assist. You know what I'm saying? And one day I will. Right now I can't. But right now I am doing something to assist. I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it. I'm bringing awareness to the situation, and I'm letting people know, like, listen, if you have a homeless family member that's going through this, just know they're not going through this because they want to. They're not going through this because they desire to. They're going through this because they have to, and they have no choice because they may not have anything to fall back on. So I just try to bring awareness to this issue because homelessness is a big issue in America. It's a big issue in the world, period. Other countries are going through the same thing with, raising rents, and people can't afford. If you're a single person, I'm a single person, no husband, nobody to help me. So I have to pay rent on my own. So I have to try to figure that out on my own. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard thing to do. I lived in an extended stay before, and that's probably where I'll be going back to. But my situation is a financial burden. My situation is financial. When I have the finances, I'll go to an extended stay. I lived in an extended stay before when I had a savings, and of course the extended stay ate through all my savings and I had to move out. So I have been in an extended stay before, and that's probably where I'll be going back to an extended stay. But I want to go back to an extended stay when I have some sort of savings. I don't want to go in there with just living paycheck to paycheck like I'm living now. When I went to an extended stay before, I stayed in it it was on and off. I went back twice. I went back to the extended stay like twice and left. The guy in the extended stay that was running it, he seemed like he was kind of upset. But I'm like, hey, my life is a little unstable right now. A lot of people that live in extended stays are there because they have to be there, not because they want to be. So that's probably where I'll end up back at an extended stay before I even get an apartment or whatever. But there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that I don't talk about. But when things start moving, y'all going to know about it because I'm going to tell y'all. But I lived in an extended stay before, and that's probably where I'll end up back at. Because, due to the eviction and everything, it's going to be hard for me to, find an apartment. And I'm really not trying to look for, a traditional apartment right now because I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Even to get into an apartment, I'm probably going to need about, $4,000 or so? $4,000 plus, maybe around that, to get in the door. So I'm not saying an apartment is off limits right now for me, but I can go the private route. I can go privately. But when you get an eviction and stuff on your record, and my eviction had nothing to do with non-payment of rent. It had nothing to do with that. So hopefully it'll be easier for me to find what I'm looking for because it wasn't due to non-payment. It was a lease violation. I violated my lease, and it had nothing to do with me owing money or anything like that. So I just wanted to put that out there and let everybody know that this is the lifestyle that a lot of people are living right now. Unfortunately, sometimes a lot of people that we live with, or not live with, but the people that we work by in our cubicles every morning, or that warehouse that you work at, or that fast food restaurant, there's going to be one or two people in there that's probably homeless and doing the same thing I'm doing right now. There's one or two people that's homeless, living out of their car, or living with family members that they don't want to be with. It's some people that work beside you every day that's going through this. So I don't know. I just try to say, be nice to people, have respect for people. But we know in the world today, that's few and far and in between because most people don't care nothing about you. And I'm not saying that you have to care about people, but just having a mutual respect for someone is not too much to ask, I don't think. So I don't know. Sometimes I guess it is, but it kind of is what it is at this point. But it's probably going to start buffering and everything. I can't really help that because I'm driving around a whole bunch of trees. So if it's buffering, there's nothing I can do. If you guys need to drop off, you got to do what you got to do. But I'm on my way to the gym. I'm probably going to go to the gym. I try to get my hour live stream in every day, but sometimes people drop off because it's buffering really bad because of where I'm driving at, but nothing I can do about that now. But happy Tuesday to everyone. I'm going back to work. I was off the last 2 days. I was off Sunday, and of course I went to church, and then I was off on Monday, and of course I went to church on Sunday, and I went, on Monday I had some appointments that I had to. I always got something going on Monday. So Monday I just say I got appointments. I don't have to explain to y'all what I'm doing on Mondays, but I got things that I do on Mondays, and I do it every Monday for now. But God is good. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to God first of all because I wouldn't have made it this far without Him. So thank God that I'm still standing on my feet. I'm still healthy. I'm still able to go to a gym to even do exercises and stuff, and just to do the extra things in my life that make me happy. Like, I'm not always feeling great and positive about stuff in life. Sometimes I fall off. Sometimes I feel like crap. Sometimes I feel like trash. Sometimes I, feel like, oh, my life sucks. And yeah, I feel that way sometimes. But, life goes on, Things get better with time. Things get better with time. We just have to keep going, keep on that pathway of positive things. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep on that positive pathway. Because once we veer off being positive and saying our prayers to God every day for God to protect us and for Him to open up doors, and Lord, send the people in my life that I need to help get me to my next place. You know what I'm saying? He'll do that. God will open up doors, and He's been sending strangers my way. And sometimes people come your way in vulnerable positions, and they're not supposed to be in your life. They just came because the enemy sent them your way. Things like that happen too. So, but nobody's perfect, but you can tell the negative energy, keep that away from me, because I don't need that. I'm going through enough stuff. My phone is always super, feels like it's on fire. I didn't get any coffee at that place. I'll probably get coffee at another location up a little bit further. I hate even going to get coffee at Wawa sometimes, because I'm like, I don't be wanting to run into people. I don't like being around people like that, because especially large groups of people. And when you go to Wawa early in the morning, you're going to be around a lot of people. Have you ever considered pad split? Is pad split cheaper than extended stays? I have to look into it. I heard someone have told me about it, but like I said, right now, the money is not there, so I can't really look for anything. You can't really look for nothing unless you have the money. So I'm not really looking, but I'm doing my investigation, looking into stuff. And I have looked into pad split too as well. I think pad split is something that I would have to go on the website, right? There's probably a website, and you're probably going to have to pay some kind of fee to get into the website to find the places, maybe. But I look at stuff all the time, but if I don't have the money to back it up, I can look all I want, but when I'm ready, but I want to have a certain amount of money in savings before I even move out of the shelter or whatever's going to happen. So it's a lot of stuff going on. It's stuff going on in my life that I don't even talk about because I don't have to. But on this channel, I predominantly just talk about my homeless shelter experience. But I have other things that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? And I don't talk about it because, again, I don't have to. But one day y'all going to know everything at some point. But now's not really the time. Now's not really the time for me to speak on certain things. Certain things I have to speak on when I'm over that hump. You know what I'm saying? When I'm over the hump, because for darn sure is some humps, but I'm doing so much better than I was doing 2 years ago when all this kind of opened up and everything kind of came at me at once. Because all of my stuff that happened in my life these last 2 years all came within that same week. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. And in the process of me moving, I've been getting stopped by the police. You know what I'm saying? I got a ticket. I had got a ticket for a cell phone because I was talking to one of my girlfriends on the phone, like a dummy, having the phone to my head. Duh, who does that anymore? I have earbuds and stuff, but they say you can still get stopped by a cop with even having earbuds in your ear. You know what I'm saying? So 2 years ago, when all this happened, right, all my drama unfolded in my life. During my time of trying to move my stuff back and forth to my niece's house or wherever, I'm getting stopped by the cops. Oh, you don't have your lights on and it's raining outside. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. He didn't give me a ticket, he gave me a warning, but I did get me a cell phone ticket, which was a whopping $800. And I was pissed about that. But I was able to, make payments on that. Luckily, I had a savings at the time, so I was able to pay that off in two payments. But that really $800, bro, I don't have it. And I know the cops don't care. When they get an $800 cell phone ticket, they happy. Yeah, you got an $800 ticket. Whoa, yeah, you're amazing. But I was like, damn, come on, bro. I was driving down the street one day. Not when I got the $800 ticket, but I was driving down the street one day, literally in tears. I was crying about something I was going through. Because, I'm going through the storm, In the beginning of the storm, it's always the worst, right? You got the crying works. I had anxiety really bad. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I couldn't deal. I had pain in my neck. I'm having all these pains and ailments in my body because I'm really going through at the height of everything. I was at the height of 2 years ago, I was at the height of everything. Then I'm living with my niece that I know she don't want me there. So I got that. I'm bearing that. I'm carrying that load on my back. I'm carrying this huge cross with all this stuff on it. That, of course, is all my fault. It's all my fault. Because people come here and say accountability. Excuse me? I took accountability for my actions 2 years ago. What are you talking about? Like, I'm far past that stage. But stop talking about people and saying things when people are coming and they're speaking their testimony and they're telling their story. Stop talking about that accountability crap. I'm not pointing a finger. Y'all don't ever hear me having conversations saying, oh, it's my niece's fault that I'm homeless. Oh, it's my son's fault. Or it's my daughter's fault. Oh, it's my best friend. She did this to me. I don't have conversations like that. I simply talk about my story and things that happen in the story. Oh, but you're pointing your finger at your family. I'm not pointing my finger at my family. The only thing I said about my family